What's your favorite place that you've ever traveled to? Like, do you have a specific country that's
Prague.
Prague, really?
Oh, wow.
Why is that?
I love the people so much. It's ridiculous. That city has got so many layers of mystery and magic to it. And my safe space is in this orchard that's right underneath the abbey there in the old town of Prague.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does the energy feel for you there?
Well, it's a very silver energy. It's like feminine and silver.
Why do you think that is?
Mostly because of the completely magic river that flows right through the city.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I mean, that was the center of Bohemia, right? It was the capital of Bohemia. And there was a king once who fell in love with alchemy. And what he decided to do is vow to bring every great alchemist that was alive at that time to the city. So it became like the center of alchemy. So the entire area underneath that main castle there was a home for alchemists to work on their stuff. And let's just say they ripped a hole in the fabric of time-space reality in that city. It is magic, like absolutely magic. And mystical.
Is that why I love people from
Czech Republic?
Czech Republic so much? Honestly.
The Czech people are absolutely magic.
Because they hold that frequency?
Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah.
That makes so much sense. And finally I have a reason, because I was always just like, it must just be a thing.
Well, we thought, it was their work ethic, right? Like the Eastern European work ethic. But when you're talking more on the energetic side.
Oh, on the energetic side, these are the people that are the surviving Bohemians.
Wow.
It's very fitting for us.
It is.
Why we're attracted to them.
It is.
With the boho beautiful aspect.
Yeah.
The Bohemian culture, I guess the culture of the eclectic and our artisan side of it has always been sort of something that we've been obviously magnetized towards. Yeah. But it's interesting to see that there's a frequency from the alchemy.
Yeah.
Like, because I find alchemy is an incredibly attractive idea. Yeah. But I don't know, other than reading The Alchemist, which was actually one of the most pivotal books, I think, for both of us in a way, like from Paulo Coelho.
Have you read that book before? No.
No.
It's really cool.
Oh my goodness. So it honestly, I think it helped us change our perception of the reality we were living in at the time in our life and realize that we can turn it into anything we want.
That was the ultimate truth of alchemy.
Yeah, right?
That's what my tattoo means.
Which tattoo is
This
it?
one.
Oh, wow.
So this is the seal of alchemy. This, in the center, is the void, that which is nothingness. Activated by thought and purified by universal energy equals manifestation. So the reason that you see the same shape on the inside and outside means that which is everythingness is that which is nothingness. Ultimately, this seal held the truth, which now, to those of us in the spiritual field, sounds like, okay, we know that. We're kind of practicing that. But back in the day, the idea that mind creates reality was absolutely brand new. And when alchemists stumbled upon the fact that the mind creates reality, they wanted to guard that truth beyond measure.
Huh. Why do you think they wanted to guard it?
Because in the wrong hands, what does the world become?
Right.
That's quite profound. Yeah. So I noticed there's a scar in the center of it. Did the scar come before the tattoo or after?
Before.
So did you place it upon the scar for symbolic reason?
Yes. That scar was made by my abuser.
Oh my God.
Most of my major tattoos are over scars that were created during my childhood abuse.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you find that there's a process? I find tattoos are a really beautiful process because it's so much of it like a personal initiation and a declaration in sort of the timeline of your life.
Exactly.
So do you feel that like...
Yes, my tattoos are a roadmap of developmental stages.
Mine too.
That's what I find tattoos should be as well, right? It's like little roadmaps. Every single tattoo that I have also has a deep meaning for everything. And every time you see it, it's actually one of the reasons why most of my tattoos are on my arms and hands is because I feel like there's a reason I need to see it, But, wow.
A tattoo I can't see, I don't have one yet. Because I need that to remind me of the journey that I've gone through. I find that it's like one of the most grounding things that I can do to place that visual, like an emotional reminder of like, what have I been through and what does that mean to me and where am I now?
And so when you were getting these tattoos over the scars or around the area of these scars that were created by something so traumatic in your life, do you find that that process helped you close that traumatic time?
Yeah, it created a closure, exactly.
But the closure wasn't just, okay, I'm going to tattoo and call it a day, right?
No, it was basically a way to mark a much deeper inner process.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And the alchemy symbol is such a beautiful thing to put over a scar like that. Because in a way, I mean, I don't know your journey obviously as well as I'd love to, and that's why I'm so excited to be sitting down here today. But I think what I've seen you create out of where you came from to where you are, that's one of the most ultimate testaments, I think, in the proof of alchemy, and to be able to take darkness and turn it into light.
Yeah. Or just as a symbol of the fact that you can heal these traumatic experiences, right? And that there is a way out, there is a light at the end of that dark tunnel. And I believe that there's so many people, I'm sure, that are listening and watching this right now. They might be in a place in their life where they feel like they're in that darkness. And sometimes it's really hard to even think of the idea that there's a possible way out. And what is so special of what you do in the teachings and everything that you've offered to the world thus far is that you are a pure example of the fact that there is a way out. And there is a way to get through it and to heal and to close those doors and start a new life.
Yes.
What do you say to somebody who's in a position where they're in that place and you've been in that place, and to help them understand that there's a way?
It depends where they are in that process. I
Right.
mean, if somebody's really, really stuck in it, you're starting at absolute ground level.
Yeah.
I wouldn't start with hope. I'd start with relief.
Hope's an interesting word.
Hope is something that can cause a massive amounts of pain for somebody who's in pain. So, yeah, I would start with relief. For me, when I was at the darkest, it was recognizing that emotionally I'm feeling different based on what I'm focused on.
Right.
I mean, you almost need to start with techniques that work for somebody who's in captivity, you know?
Mm.
And those are different techniques than we would use for somebody who genuinely has control over their environment.
Mm-hmm.
Right.